As you can see, what has now entered the fray, it is time to crown who will grasp the grip or graze their grip on Sweet Charlotte, who will place their grip on the 10 pounds of gold, who will be NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair or the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, as both men lock horns for the NWA World Heavyweight title. And the time limit is active as Dusty goes for a splash in the corner again, and Flair reverses him. Big butterfly suplex by Flair. I applaud both the creation of both these men. I mean, honestly, Flair kind of looks like the guy who played him in the movie. By the movie, I mean the Iron Claw. Honestly, I don't know how somebody could look so different. I feel like one of Dusty Rhodes' attire looks different than the other, but Flair is going after the knee of the American Dream. And now he's choking the life out of the American Dream. He's choking the life out of Dusty Rhodes. Big shoulder block by Flair. Big shoulder block by Flair, as you see in the top right corner. Time limit is active. In every NWA World title match, there will be a time limit of either 30 minutes or an hour, depending on what is decided pre-matchup for basically whatever justifies the match will be what is the given time limit. In my opinion, this matchup was justified given a 30-minute time limit. Flair hit a vertical suplex, rocks Dusty Rhodes. Dusty's got to get himself back in the matchup as Flair takes him out with another hammer throw, and Dusty rolls himself to the outside. Flair follows Dusty to the floor. I also thought that this arena was fitting, being based on the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina, as Dusty and the Dream are fighting on the outside. Flair gets introduced to the barricade. And another scoop slam on the outside by Dream. That can't feel good for Flair. That can't feel good for Flair. I don't know why I struggled to come up with who was getting scoop slammed. It's not like Dusty was scoop slamming himself. These two gotta get back in the ring. Big suplex on the outside. There is no hold. There is count out as both men at the count of 8 get themselves back in the ring. Dusty drops Flair throat first across the top rope. Dusty's now attacking the knee of the Nature Boy. Dusty is attacking the knee of the Nature Boy. But Flair fights out of it and drops him with an arm wringer. Flair fights out of it and drops Dusty with an arm wringer. A suplex, vertical suplex by Flair, takes down Dust. Let her press, only on 1 count. The amount of potential challengers that we have for the NWA World Championship active in this game, from Sting to Dusty to the eventual DLC of Harley Race, to Magnum. Hell, I mean, you want to throw in Jake Roberts, Ricky Steamboat, and even people that aren't capable, former challengers for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, and people that are active in WWE. The amount of potential challengers is just, the list never ends. Drop throw first again. Dusty catches Flair again, but Flair catches Dusty coming in. Dusty's rolling on the outside. Flair misses him. I think Flair's taking an opportunity. I think they both are taking an opportunity to regain their composure as Dusty gets himself back into the ring. Dream gets himself back into the ring and Flair catches him. Big butterfly suplex by Flair, takes down Dusty. I kind of disagree with the creation of these signature moves, but I guess maybe at one point Flair's signature might have been that, but I feel like Flair should do the knee drop rather than a sleeper and a low blow. Rubbing his face into the mat was the Nature Boy. An insult, a disrespect to a disrespect to Dusty Rhodes by rubbing his face into the mat. Not sure what Flair was going for there, but either way, he got dropped with a short arm clothesline, and now both men fall victim to the rope break. Dusty is now fighting back. Dusty with offense, lefts, rights, knocks Flair into the corner. Lefts and rights knock Flair into the corner. Shoulder block takes down Dusty, but the Dream pops back up. Poke right in the eye. Poke right in the eye. And a straight right hand by Flair. And now he's pounding on the back of the American Dream. He is pounding on the back of the American Dream. Is Ric Flair. Another cheap right hand by the Nature Boy. Nate drops Dusty. Right in the middle of the ring, Ric Flair's going for the figure four. Right in the middle of the ring, Ric Flair's got it locked in. Ric Flair's got the figure four locked in. But Dusty's not going to give up. Dusty's not going to give up that easy. The Dream is not going to give up that easy. Dream is not going to give up that easy. Dream squirms out of it. Dream squirms out of the figure four. Dream squirms out of the figure four and drops Flair with a inverted atomic drop. Dust. Pile driver. Dusty drops Flair with a pile driver. Dream. Ladder of press. Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. I think Dusty was going for a rear chin lock. Flair going right back to the eyes. Flair going right back to the eyes. What's with the cheap shots? What's with the cheap shots? Why does Flair need cheap shots? We saw this earlier, and Dusty reversed them. But Flair's going for a top rope suplex again, and this time he lands it. This time he lands it. Dusty rolls to the outside. Dusty rolls to the outside. After the big top rope suplex, Dusty rolls to the floor. Dust gets introduced to the barricade. Dusty gets taken down, and Flair attacks the knee. Flair attacks the knee. Flair attacks the knee of the Dream. Into the glitched part of the ring goes Dusty Rhodes. He's not into the glitched part of the ring that time. Right into the ring post. Flair sends Dusty into the ring post. Flair sends Dusty into the ring post. I thought Flair might have been going for the count out. I thought Flair might have been thinking about a count out. But Flair, instead, he's not thinking about a count out. He's thinking about beating the American Dream, overshooting that double axe handle from Flair. By Flair. Dusty gets back in the match. Dusty gets back into the match. Drops Flair with a clothesline. Signaling the back body drop. Dream's feeling it. Dream is feeling it. That will make your back crack. It'll make your back crack and liver quiver. Dusty gets caught. Dusty gets drawn in by the Nature Boy. Dusty gets drawn in by the Nature Boy, but Dream with an inside cradle. Dream with an inside cradle. He drew in the Nature Boy. Dream with an inside cradle and drew in Ric Flair. But Flair's fighting back. Flair is fighting back. Repeated double axe handles. Take down Dusty Rhodes. Repeated double axe handles. Take down Dusty Rhodes. And Flair is ramming. He's brushing Dusty's face into the mat again. He is brushing Dusty's face into the mat again. Such disrespect from the Nature Boy. Spinning toe hold by Flair. Spinning toe hold by Flair. Again attacking the knee of Dusty. He's choking the life out of him. Get him off, ref. He's choking the life out of the American Dream. Dusty's again. I thought Dusty was rolling to the outside, but instead he's rolling to the corner. Corner clothesline takes down Dusty Rhodes. Dusty gets hit. Dusty hits him with an up kick. Dusty hits him with an up kick. Dusty is not out of this match yet. Dusty is not out of this match yet. Dusty's got Flair on his shoulder. Dusty drops Flair face first into the corner. Dusty is feeling it. The American Dream has these people in Greensboro. These fans are coursing through the veins of the American Dream. The cheers are keeping the dream in the matchup. Running big splash by Dusty. Dusty's keeping himself in this match thanks to these people here in Greensboro. Dusty just drags Flair on the outside. Dusty is just tossing around the Nature Boy. Dusty is tossing around the Nature Boy. Dusty sends Flair back into the ring. Dusty sends Flair back into the ring. Flair gets himself back in this matchup. But Dusty gets himself back into. Dusty gets himself back into. Flair with an ankle pick. Flair with an ankle pick. But Dusty's going to be too close to the ropes. Dusty's going to be too close to the ropes. Dusty's too close to the ropes. Flair went for the figure four, but Dusty was too close. Dusty, bionic elbow. Dusty's got the bionic elbow. Dusty drops Flair with the bionic elbow. But Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. Dusty gets caught. Inside cradle. Inside cradle. Dusty. Dusty kicked out. Dusty kicked out. Flair drew Dusty up, but Flair waited too long. Flair waited too long. Dusty is sidestepping Flair. Dusty's moving like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Back to the eyes. Why does Flair need to take the easy way out? Why does Flair need to take the easy way out? Butterfly suplex again takes down Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes just felt the boot of Flair grinding across his forehead. Not once, but now twice. Flair does it again. Such a sign of disrespect from the Nature Boy. Flair's got the figure four locked in. Flair's got the figure four locked in. But Dusty Rhodes found his way out of it. Dusty Rhodes found a way out of it. Dusty found a way out of it. Dusty found a way out of it. Flair gets shot off. Dusty drops down. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by the Dream. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by the Dream. Big splash. Big splash by the American Dream. Big splash by the American Dream. Flair's on the outside. Dusty is not going to let Flair squirm his way out of this one. Dusty's not going to let Flair squirm his way out of this one. Brings Flair back into the ring. Flair's going back to the ankle of the American Dream. Flair's going back to the ankle of the American Dream with a spinning toe hold. We are almost 15 minutes into this one. We are almost halfway through. Dusty fights his way out of it. Dusty fights his way out of it. Flair sends Dusty to the outside. Hot shot on the outside. Flair's up top. I set a 30-minute time limit for this one, and we were almost at 15 minutes. Crossbody, but Flair gets caught and Dusty plants him on the outside. Flair got caught and Dusty planted him on the outside. Inverted atomic drop by the Dream. Inverted atomic drop by the Dream. Dusty Rhodes is feeling it. Pendulum elbow. Dusty is feeling it, but if Dusty's feeling it, he's got to get Flair back into the ring. If Dusty is feeling it, Dusty's clearly feeling it, but he's got to get Flair back into the ring. A belly to belly on the outside. But Flair finds a moment. Flair finds a moment of weakness to pick the moment to get himself back on the offensive. But Dusty does the same thing back. Dusty found a moment to get himself back on the offensive and get himself back in the ring, back in the matchup. These two gotta get themselves back into the ring. These two gotta get themselves back in the ring as Flair gets dropped with the shin breaker. Dusty sends Flair back into the ring. Dusty sends Flair back into the ring. Dusty sent Flair back into the ring. Dusty. The bionic elbows. The bionic elbows. The bionic elbows. Let her press. Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. Flair kicked out. Dream gets reversed again. Dusty gets it in. Dusty, the bionic elbow. Dusty hit him with a bionic elbow. Flair kicked out again. Flair kicked out again. How the hell did the Nature Boy kick out? Vertical suplex by Flair. Vertical suplex by Flair, but Dusty's still getting up. 17 minutes in. 17 minutes in, and Dusty's still fighting back. Dusty Rhodes is still fighting back. Both these men are showing how important, how much Sweet Charlotte matters to them. Dusty dropped Flair with a pile driver. Dusty dropped Flair with a pile driver. Dusty dropped Flair with a pile driver. And after learning earlier in the matchup to take Flair away from the ropes, this has got to be it. This has got to be it. And Dusty Rhodes is the NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion. Dusty Rhodes is NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion. The American Dream is NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion. Dusty Rhodes has defeated the Nature Boy to win Sweet Charlotte. Dusty Rhodes is the holder of 10 pounds of gold. And what a matchup it was to crown who will be the holder of Sweet Charlotte. With that being said, if you want to see more from the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, or if you want to see more of the NWA World's Heavyweight title, drop a subscription, subscribe, because there's going to be more with the NWA World title in the coming months, as Dusty Rhodes is unquestionably going to be a fighting champion. With that being said, though, that is it from me, and I will see you in the next one.